everyone. Welcome back to another episode where we are showcasing community partners. And today we are happy to have with us Miss Nadine Ali, who is the co-founder of the South Candler Neighborhood Advocates. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And before we get started, can you tell the folks a little bit about yourself and why community service means so much to you?
Thank you so much for having me. And of course, Nadine Ali, born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia. Of course, have 2 children, 7 grands, and 2 great-grands, would you believe? Love them all. I was raised up over in the Summerhill area, which is close to downtown. Been doing a lot of community active work out here all my life, and I love it, and especially in health and wellness.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your service because it takes a lot to give, and you've been giving all your life, so double, overwhelming joy. So can you tell us a little bit about the origin story of the South Candler Neighborhood Advocates and why you felt that work was needed?
Thank you for asking. It was back in, I want to say the early 90s that we were doing a community project, community garden, over in the Belvedere area in Decatur. And once we got through with that project, and it involved really having families as well as youth to be a part of it. Once we got done with that project, of course, I said, you know what? And health and wellness has always been in my DNA, I always say, that I thought about, I was living on Candler Road and thought of the name South Candler Neighborhood Advocates. And it was advocating for health and wellness and promoting persons to think of continuing to be healthy. Because, of course, again, I've worked over in the Belvedere area, which is in DeKalb, off Memorial, Candler, as well as Columbia Drive in Glenwood, and seen where it was a lot of health challenges that was going on. I thought, why not do what, like I said, is in my DNA. I've always been interested in just knowing what to do and keeping myself healthy.
So I like health, even though I need to work on mine. So don't look at me too hard because I'm thinking about candy as we speak. Right. But if you were going to identify what gaps, so we're focusing on health and wellness, but what gaps have you guys been able to close in that space through the work that you do?
Being able to have people be in walking clubs that we've have had different programs. So walking clubs and promoting better healthy eating habits, definitely safe routes to schools as well as vending machines in schools. Mainly when you mention about the gap, it's more of having seminars where individuals can learn how to eat to live, eat more vegetables, pay attention to the contents on the cans as well as the frozen packages, and then promoting a lot of walking, a lot of active activity, and looking at it from the mentalist as well as the spiritual aspect. So those are some of the gaps that I think that we've helped with the community. And it's not just the Belvedere community, it's actually throughout DeKalb County, looking to broaden ourselves. We do already work with other counties, but go nationally as well as internationally eventually.
You don't have to live on Candler Road or to be near Candler to get this help. Just be a DeKalb resident or live in the U.S., right? So reach out.
Yes.
I would like for you, if you have one top of mind or close to your heart, it could be from any time during the life of your organization, a story that makes you reflect on why you do the work that you do, something that makes you get up to continue to work for SCNA every day.
I think of the everyday activity that we do, looking at persons that have just decided to, oh, that's not going to help me. and run out and get a lot of fast food, foods to eat. But looking at those that are unsheltered, the homeless population. And I've thought about how they're sustaining, looking at how that has impacted not only DeKalb, but all communities.
Absolutely.
Throughout the U.S., Georgia, U.S., throughout the world, seeing just how we go out and help them as well, and help them with giving non-perishable foods as well as perishable foods, other items as well. Just being out throughout the community and seeing there's a great need, and that need has really grown. It has really grown, and it comes from our heart to give back. Always looking at my own family. That was one of the onsets, and I've always been the one that promote eating the vegetables, just being conscious about what you're doing. And it was so funny. We was at my mom's house, and of course, when you come over, you bring a dish. And they were so flabbergasted because I had carrots and white potatoes and the green beans. And normally you just see green beans and potatoes. And they was like, why do you have carrots on it? Because it's much more getting your vegetables in. And people don't realize to eat at least 13 or more vegetables a day, whether it's the actual vegetables or supplement of juices and so forth. So they was just like, oh, to think that I said, well, another thing, because I've always been geared toward helping youth. And my own first, right? My own first two children. I always thought to have food colorful.
Yes.
Thinking that it would get them to eat. Thinking to get them to eat, but with time, as they grew older, they understood. But I've always been a person that vibrant colors make you feel better. It's not only just the physical aspects, but the mental as well as the emotional, the spiritual especially, to live well in all those areas, not necessarily just the physical. That's the first thing people think. Eating or being healthy, the physical exercise and the physical eating, but you have to look at those are just one or two aspects of health and wellness. You look at the spiritual, the emotional, and all realms of living your best life.
You've mentioned quite a few things that you guys do, like helping people get in walking clubs. You talked about feeding the unhoused, about educating on eating to live, not to make you be redundant, but I think that we might be missing a breadth of what SCNA does. So is there a way that you could kind of list your top 5 services that you offer to the community that people could come and connect with you for?
Like I did mention, we are South County Neighborhood Advocates, are partners with Seed Life Foundation, which Sabrina Kirkland is definitely the founder of, and we partner together to have My Brothers and Sisters Keeper, which is that in itself. We have non-perishable food items, back-to-school supplies, as well as donations from individuals with gently used closed items. Usually on Wednesdays from 12 to 2, we are available for persons to come by, and we do have on our website the application where persons can sign up to come, because we do take appointments, and by word of mouth as well. A lot of our people let others know. We have so many gently used clothes that we are able to just help families, and there's so many people that are in need right now. That's one. Of course, part of the DeKalb Board of, well, actually it used to be the Board of Health, but now is Public Health, where we help spread other organizations information. It's like a network that and a coalition that South Carolina Neighborhood Advocates work with for the last 3 or 4 years. Have helped families during the Thanksgiving holiday, Christmas holiday. We've been apprised to be able to get Toys for Tots.
Nice.
So that was outreach and helping. And as well as, helping DICF, which is the DeKalb Initiative for Children and Families. It's more than that, but you did say about 5. So
yeah. And that's it. I just wanted them to know because you were talking, you were saying all these great stories. I was like, oh, there's a bigger piece here. Let's go ahead and make them listen clearly to everything that you are giving. So thank you so much for sharing. With all that you offer and all that you're doing, what are some of the biggest challenges that your organization faces today?
The donations that we need to help us to continue to reach the organization. And volunteers, we always need volunteers, and I do understand. Volunteers don't stay forever. I do understand. We always appreciate whatever time you can give us because it's much appreciated to help get us to do what we have to do. And that is reaching the constituents, whether they're babies to adults over 95. We do have, which is connected with Speak Out Your Issues podcast of people coming on, talking about different health and wellness.
And stuff. Y'all better go listen, right? Get that education. Thank you so much for sharing. I truly, truly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys get out there, donate your time and your money, because it's real easy to send a check, but it's much more difficult, right, sometimes to give of your time. So if you have time, if you have young people who need something to do, I'm sure SCNA could use their support. So don't forget about our good neighbors here. I want to ask you a question. We talked about donations, but what if you had unlimited resources? What would your organization do differently tomorrow?
If we had unlimited resources, I would be given a great big smile and thankfulness for having those donations, for one.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow, I would be able to, with our organization, sit down, further plan to execute, to be able to give to the community. And it's not for me, never have been. It's always from within my heart to be able to reach others, and most importantly, being consistent within myself of what I'm preaching.
Absolutely.
Everybody get on the bandwagon, and if you just be conscious about what you're doing, it helps. It helps a lot. Everybody always say, you need to let people know about what you do in reference to just the simple things like, for instance, right around now, with the weather up and down, I'm always a big fan of garlic, ginger, lemons, to be able to have those warm concoctions. And just, again, with the vegetables, those simple recipes helps a lot. I do take the olive oil because that helps with not having congestion staying up in your chest.
I would have to be congested.
To have that olive oil.
Oh, my goodness.
You can take them in the capsules.
Oh, you know what? Thank you for bringing me to the 21st century.
And not the liquid. You might be thinking about that castor oil.
Castor oil. Whatever my grandmother put on the spoon and made us all line up and have, I'm not a fan.
I think that was probably the castor oil as well as the olive oil, but both of those help with, not having congestion, and plus moving cold out of your system as well. But back to what I do tomorrow, I would just have marketing with you all to tell the whole world, look, these, programs and things that we have to offer, please take advantage of.
Absolutely.
And it wouldn't be just in person, because like you say, we're in the 21st century, going on to the 22nd.
Yeah.
Love to have the Zoom, or however we can.
Absolutely.
Come here to Privy. I'm not just trying to give them a shout out, but I am.
Get involved. I think one thing is a lot of these organizations are easily findable. All you have to do is say, well, there's a ton of 501(c)(3)s in DeKalb County. So we're just going to say, go ahead and do that. Go look at the DCIF website. Go look at the SCNA website.
Mm-hmm.
Go to these organizations. If you don't know, don't just pass it by. Give it a long gander, if you will, to learn how you guys help support the community, because you might just embark upon something that means something to you, that you have a friend, a neighbor, if you are in public service, a student, a constituent that could benefit from these organizations. And that's why we're doing this, to make you aware. So get up, get out, SCNA, South Candler, Neighborhood Advocates. All right. I'm going to keep on plugging the entire time.
That is so kind of you. Thank you.
We know you need volunteers. We know you need donations. And that is I'm not sure if I overlooked it while you were talking, but you accept food and monetary donations. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. We do accept the non-perishable foods.
Non-perishable.
For the most part, because we do have a pantry that we have the non-perishable foods. But of course, sometimes we have special events like the turkey giveaways. Persons would like to bring us the vegetables. That's a coordinated effort where we're not just housing non-perishables, because we don't want to start another episode or an episode of other friends coming in and live with us. So that's why we mainly do the non-perishable foods. Of course, always accept donations. Like you said, in-kind donations. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. It's other types of donations, and volunteering is great. Of course, you can always go to our website, if it's okay for me to say.
Absolutely. It's going to be on the screen. It's also in the show notes below. So please make sure that you are checking them out. So yes, it's okay to say they're going to see it as well.
Okay, great. And it is our SCNadvocates.com website. And leave a response or how to get in contact with you if you'd like to volunteer on our website as well. And we'd love for you to do that. SCNA, South County Neighborhood Advocates, is for all, whether you're babies or persons 95 and older. And I find that talking or speaking with older adults, find out so much of home remedies that you can do for yourself. And I love to encourage everybody to always just make sure that you take a self-synopsis of where you are, whether it's with your health in reference to the weight, any other avenues. Check out self and know that you want to get up and do something. Not just sit down and not do. Like they say, even if it's going outside, walking, and it can be at the end, to the end of the driveway and back. And of course, you'll find yourself having more strength to go longer. Just continue to be good to yourself.
You're preaching today. You're preaching today. Absolutely, especially with that walk to the end of the driveway. You made me think of my grandfather, who's turning 90 this year. Love you, go daddy. But either way, his walk for the day is to the mailbox and back. But I promise he spends more time staring at the mailbox, getting himself worked up to go than actually going. But the fact that you do, so absolutely every little bit counts. I love everything that you've shared today, but I would love to ask you one final question, if that's okay.
Sure.
What legacy would you want SCNA to leave behind? What do you want people to say about your organization when they're talking about it in rooms that you're not in?
Wow. The first thing came to my mind, that SCNA was full of love, to be able to want people to do better for themselves, share with others, promote from within your own family, because I've always thought about not just my immediate family, but my overall family, of sharing information that I've been doing for years and years and years, of promoting to, like I mentioned earlier, being good to yourself, of taking self-assessments and know that, okay, going to the doctor say this, and you, with God's grace, get the strength by asking Him to give you the strength, because I do that every day as well. But the legacy is to mainly for my children, as well as their children, as well as my entire family, all the families, just to get on board and know that in order to continue to live by the grace of the Lord, always do something good for yourself, whether it's in the spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, just being vibrant realm. That legacy is already begun,
Yes.
even before South County Neighborhood Advocates, because that's the thing that I've have been striving on of the history before us.
Yes.
So, and the legacy is everybody get on board. I know it takes time, but the love that South County Neighborhood Advocates have for oneself as well as for others.
Not you warming my heart.
Oh.
I need to do better too. I guess we'll talk off camera. I've been convicted. So nonetheless, hopefully you've been inspired to get out there and help. So as mentioned before, you should be able to go into the show notes and see here on the screen how to get in touch with our South Candler Neighborhood Advocates. We hope that you do continue to support them so that they can continue spreading knowledge around health and wellness within the community. We thank you for spending time tuning in to another episode as we share our community partners, getting you activated and involved. Thank you again, and please stay tuned to listen to the next episode.